Hello, Lakeybloke here. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. Just a couple of quick ones for you this week. We're going to do two very small reviews on this one here. I've just poured this one. See the carbonation on that? That's not bad, is it? That's a Samsons Cider Kit brew. And I'm going to do a little review of this one here. Can you see that? The carbonation on that one's not too bad either. I'm quite happy with that. This is a brew called Vim. I've affectionately called it Vim because a friend of mine, Gary Smith, he's a fan of Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson, and I don't know if any of you guys out there remember Rick and Aid as the Dangerous Brothers. There is a sketch out there in YouTube land where they burst onto the stage and they go, "Ha ha, we are the Dangerous Brothers!" And this is Vim, and he puts Vim down his pants. It's not called Vim now, is it? It's called Jif, that detergent powder type stuff. And it's quite strong, and at the time I made it, it pulled your gums back over your teeth and made you go a bit like that, and I thought, God, this is going to knock people's block off. It's only 6.6% now, thereabouts, maybe 6.5. So, you know, it's not a session brew, but similarly, you won't get too sloshed if you have 2 or 3 of them. 4 or 5, you might be in trouble. But yeah, it's not a bad brew. Look at the sort of golden colour on there. I quite like the look of that. I like my ciders to be slightly darker in colour. Again, it's just a personal preference. The smell, oh, it's very, very apple-y, guys. The apple smell in there is just overwhelming. And as it goes down the throat, it makes those little molecules and things in your cheeks there and particles that go burst. The citrus hits the back of your throat and makes you do that, but not in a bad way, you know, not in a bad way at all. It's rather nice, and it leaves a rather pleasant apple-y taste in the mouth. It may be down to the sugar I use, but I'm going to read you out my little list here of what went into this particular brew. It was a 5-gallon batch, guys, so I did a big batch of this, and most of it's gone now. So it's one of my favourite brews. Not my favourite of all time, but one of the favourites. Oh, pardon me. It's all that gas. So we've got 19 litres of Tesco apple juice. Now that was the value brand. You can use whatever apple juice you want to use. Remember, it's all about personal choice, personal preference. However, someone asked me a question on the Facebook group the other day as to whether they should use concentrated, 100% concentrate juice or juice not from concentrate. My response to that was, doesn't really matter, guys, because at the end of the day, once you put your yeast in and your sugar in, the yeast is going to eat up all of that sugar and it's going to dry out some of those sharp apple flavours. I've not really had much difference in all the brews I've done where I've been able to say that one brew is better than another because I used a different type of juice. All the juices really are pretty much of a much. The only exception to that are those brews that have got quite a lot of mulching already. You know, those apple juices where you can see bits floating in them and they're quite cloudy. You're never going to get a nice clear brew like that from one of those juices. And they're going to be quite sharp, I think. I've done one from one of those sort of type cloudy apple juices with the bits in, and didn't really like it, guys, to be honest. You might find it quite nice though, it's up to you. You know, the only way you find out is by experimentation. I've been doing this for nearly a year now, and I've got to know now what juices I can use and what juices I can't use, and you know, the sort of types of brews that I like and how strong I want them. I've done brews ranging from 3.5 to around about 10%. The brews that have been higher than say 8.5 I didn't really like very much. Too strong, guys. You know, if you're doing a homebrew cider, I can't vouch for lagers or bitters or ales, but I don't mean the ales that go doo-doo. I mean the ales that you drink. All right, before you pick me up on that one. I'm an Essex boy, live with it, and that's how I talk. Yeah, I can't vouch for those because I don't really drink them, but certainly the higher percent. See, I really went Essexy then, didn't it? Well, the higher, we wallop, have some. The higher percent alcohol brews that you do yourself, the home brews, don't really like them, guys. Not for a cider. I like to be able to taste my ciders, and if you do them too strong, you can't taste the cider in it. You know, you can't taste the apples in it. You can't taste, you know, the different types of sugar that you've put in there. The yeast just eats away at all of that sugar and gives you a very thin and high alcoholic drink. It could be anything. You know, it doesn't have to be cider. It could be anything. It could be like dishwater. It's not for me. You might like it. You give it a go. It's not for me though, guys. I'm going to stick to what I know. I like my brews around anywhere between 4 to 6.5 at a push 7%. At a push. So that's where I head for nowadays. I don't really nowadays do anything beyond, say, 6.5. Occasionally I'll do a little stronger one, but very rarely nowadays. They're usually about 5%. However, this one here that I've also got to hand that I poured earlier, this is a Samsons Cider Kit. This one is only 4%, and it's only 4% because I didn't really put enough sugar in there. It's my fault. It's all right. It's like a Strongbow, guys. There's not much smelling coming off of it. You can smell. You can tell it's a. I mean, it smells like a Strongbow, to be honest with you, and it's not that far off of the taste of a Strongbow. If you like Strongbow, then I suggest you make yourselves one of these Samsons Cider Kits. It's as close as you're going to get, really, from a kit brew. You're not going to be able to recreate the Strongbow type effect using supermarket apple juice. I can guarantee that. It's okay, guys. It's not really strong enough. It's just below 4%, I think, and so it's quite thin. Not a lot of flavour in there. It actually tastes flat, kind of flat, but which is strange because there's quite a lot of carbonation in there. It's quite a thin drink. It's okay. I mean, it's the sort of drink that maybe the wife would like. You know, girlies don't like high alcohol drinks, and I don't like high alcohol drinks. But it's okay. I wouldn't do it again. If I were going to do it again, I'd chuck a bit more sugar in there and bring it up to around about 5.5%, just to get some more flavour out of it. But it's an okay kit. I would recommend it as a starter, certainly, if you want to give it a go and, you know, you're starting afresh. Have a bash. This one here, though, ha 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 ha. This is my Vim brew, as I was banging on about earlier. Really, really nice, that one. I'll just leave that one in the shot. There we go. I'll put that one there, folks. What's in there? We've got 19 litres of Tesco apple juice. We've got 2 litres of red grape juice. I nearly said apple juice twice then, didn't I? 2 litres of red grape juice. We've got 5 Bramleys. Now, the only reason I threw some Bramleys in there, guys, is because I had some lying around. So I basically just blended them all up and chucked them in. And I think out the 5, I blended 3 and I chopped the other 2. But it doesn't really matter. Just chuck it all in. Nottingham Ale Yeast I've used this time round instead of your bog standard cider yeast. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to. No other reason. I thought I'd give an ale yeast a go. And it's come out quite nice. Surprisingly very nice indeed. 5 teaspoons of tannin. 5 teaspoons of Pectolase. 5 teaspoons of yeast nutrient. If you haven't got any yeast nutrient, guys, and I do recommend you use yeast nutrients in your brew, then you can use tomato puree. Look it up on the internet and the forums. If you don't believe me, I'm not having you on. You can use tomato puree, guys. Similarly, you can use Marmite or Bovril, I think, but look it up. Otherwise, buy some yeast nutrient. Please, please, please do. When you're buying your yeast, buy some nutrient to go with it. 10 teaspoons of malic acid, as there are some real apples in there, and I've used apple juice. We want to make sure that we put some malic acid in there, because it affects the taste, as we know. A kilogram of demerara sugar, and I suspect it's that's brought out some of the flavours. You really can taste the apples in there, and I'm rather pleased with it. It's a very nice brew. Would I do it again? Probably, yeah. I'd give that one another go. I've started getting into doing a few lagers at the moment, and I'm still working on very small demijohn brews, because if you do a demijohn and it's not very nice, you can always chuck it. No big loss, but you know, if you're doing 5 gallons, that's an awful lot of juice to throw away if it doesn't turn out very nice. Trust me, I know, I've done it. I've had to throw brews away, folks. So there we have it. 2 quick reviews. There's the Vim, and I'll leave the ingredients and the recipe below here in the comment section. There's the Samsons Cider Kit. Again, it's quite thin, that one. It's perfectly passable though as a cider. I'd drink it. I wouldn't chuck it away. There's nothing wrong with it. It tastes perfectly fine. It's just a bit thin, and it's not an awful lot of taste in that one. Maybe because it's just under 4%, or it may be I just like the taste of this one, because this one is mental flavour. The flavour on this is amazing, guys. So do give this one a go. Even if you bring down the measurements, you know, instead of using 19 litres of apple juice, you know, use 3 litres of apple juice and 1 litre of grape juice if you're going to do it in a demijohn. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just bring the calculations down of how much you're going to use. Just do a demijohn full, see how you get on with it. Alright, that's all for now. Just a quick review on a couple of ciders that I've opened today. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Let's get on with the rest of it. Hey guys, one last thing before I zap off for this Lakeybloke homebrew bonus. I'm going to show you what came of the grape vodka I did in a Lakeybloke homebrew bonus video a few weeks ago. So here is our bottle of infused vodka with grape in it. It's really grapey coloured, isn't it? Look at that. What I did is I obviously got the vodka out with all of the infused grape in, and with all of the grapes that were left over, I put them in a blender, got myself a muslin bag and squeezed all of the juice and all of the grapes through that muslin bag back into the vodka, which gives us this lovely sort of cloudy vodka drink. Here I've got myself a nice little tumbler with some ice cubes in. What I'm going to do, guys, is just pour myself out a little bit of vodka in there. That will do me. It's just probably a double in there, but let's not tell anyone. And I'm going to top that up with some cream soda. Cream soda, you're thinking? That's a bit strange. Cream soda's always quite fizzy, isn't it? But I do love cream soda. I mean, you probably had it as a kid, and you know, you had ice cream floats with cream soda in. I'm just going to pour a little bit of cream soda on the top there, just to thin it out a little bit, yeah, because otherwise I'm going to get completely wasted and I'm going to be no good to anyone. You know, 2 ciders and a grape drink is probably enough for anyone. There you go, guys. You can smell the cream soda. Obviously there is a slight vanilla smell to a cream soda, because essentially that's what cream soda's got in it, quite a lot of vanilla. But oh, the grape grape really comes through there, comes right through the vanilla and hits you right in the face, and it gives off a slight vanilla twinge. A twinge? Is that a word? It should be a word, I think, because that describes exactly what it does to you. It's a really, really nice drink, guys, and I do recommend you give Infused Vodka a go. As I say, you can use any fruit you like. This instance I use grape. I've also done a pineapple one, I've done a strawberry one, and I've also done a peach one. And they've all come out absolutely fantastic. I've never had a problem with doing a fruit infused vodka at all. All of them, the flavour has been just fantastic in them. And you know, you get much more flavour out of them than if you were to buy, say, a strawberry vodka from your local supermarket. Do it yourself, guys. 500 grams of fruit, chuck it in. Just leave it for a couple of days, 4 days max, and you have yourself an infused vodka, and it's really, really nice. So cheers. Thanks to those who gave a thumbs up to the vodka infused drink turbo type video. God bless you, and all who's selling you. And I hope to do another sort of silly type brew soon. I'm doing a rum top, which is kind of a similar kind of thing with vodka. I've got one going at the moment, and I'm going to finish that one at Christmas. The rum top is basically a similar kind of thing. It's infused rum though, but you leave it for much, much longer. You leave it for about 3 months. You get yourself a kilner jar, you fill it up with fruits of the forest, strawberries, dark berries, that kind of thing, and then you pour a load of rum over the top, and you put it away and you leave it for 3 months. At the end of that, you've got a rum liqueur which is infused with the fruits, and also you've got all of those fruits that have got the rum in them. Vodka, rum, vodka. Who cares? Once you have a little taster of that, you'll love it, and you'll think, yeah, I need to do this again. I need to say a big thank you to Richard out there, who suggested that I give that a go. So thumbs up to you, Richard. Cheers for that, mate. It's going really well. I'm looking forward to having a go at that at Christmas. But in the meantime, you know, if you want a quick, fruity, alcoholic beverage and you like your spirits, this is definitely the way to go, guys. Grape infused vodka, strawberry infused vodka, apricot infused vodka. I've not tried a banana one yet. I don't really like the idea of that one. I'm not sure, guys. The banana one. I'm not sure I'm brave enough, or that it will even work. I don't know. But the ones I've done so far, as I say, have been great. So happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. As I said, this is just a bit of a Lakeybloke bonus for this week. Hope you're having a great week. Speak to you next week. Ta-ta for now.